Good morning, YouTube, and hopefully you're all good and doing well as always, and welcome to a vlog. This vlog is going to be in two parts. Today is Thursday, the 2nd of April, and it's going to be a bit of a rest day vlog showing you through my day in the office. And then tomorrow is Bank Holiday Friday, the first bank holiday of my whole entire adult life, because when I worked in Iceland, I never got bank holidays off. And obviously when I was self-employed fully, I would pretty much always work them. I am going to be working tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm going to show you through the cut side of things a little bit more. So I'm going to take you to the gym with me, show you through all that sort of stuff. But this morning I have woken up at 6 a.m, which is a lion in comparison to sort of like the 4:30s and the 5 o'clock starts normally when I'm training in the gym. Went for a lovely walk to the nice houses near where I live, which is like my favourite place to walk around in the morning. Saw the sunrise because the clocks have gone forward, so it's actually darker now in the morning, which I'm a little bit upset about. And then I got sorted for work, got the pinstripe trousers on with the sort of checkered blue shirt, and I've made and eaten my breakfast. And then I've gotten in the car with just my 2 measly bags today in comparison to sort of the thousands of bags that I normally take when I'm going to the gym. And I'm just about to leave to commute to work. I have safely arrived at work despite someone trying their absolute hardest to drive into the back of me on one of the roundabouts. And I find I commute along the M4, and the amount of people that just sit in the middle lane is so annoying. But I am currently just trying to get as many steps in as possible. I've got about 10 minutes before I start, so I'm just trying to get the last little bit of steps in before being sat down behind the desk for the next 4 and a bit hours of my life before my lunch break. I think like one of the most important things when you're trying to lose fat around working in an office is you've got to be quite proactive with trying to get steps in and like your activity in and sort of pre-think about things. But you've also got quite a lot of like dead time that you could use, and you just need to try and use like as efficiently as possible, because one of the biggest constraints that you do have around a 9 to 5 is sort of like your time, really. Even though you do have a decent amount of it, you need to utilize it well. Good afternoon. I'm looking like Pitbull right now. I've just commuted back home, and it is officially the bank holiday weekend or whatever. So 4 days off now. What a time to be alive. But today I literally just did my job like normal, just tons of mortgage illustrations. So basically sort of like the offer that someone would get when they get a mortgage. That's what I've been up to today. I went for my lunchtime walk. I also have my chicken mince and my veg to eat. And now I'm back home, and even though it is the bank holiday weekend, I'm actually going to be meal prepping because I'm going to be working tomorrow, and it just makes life so much easier if I actually just go and meal prep. So going to be meal prepping, going to do my steps, my last of my steps that I need to do. And then for the rest of the evening, I'm also going to be working as well. So I will obviously show you some of that stuff, but I think I will pick the vlog back up tomorrow when I'm going to show you exactly how things are looking, take you through my session tomorrow potentially as well, and do the cut update side of things. Good morning. It is now the next day, and let's start the day with a cheeky monster review as always. As you would have seen, I just went to Asda and got 18 monsters for £18. Ooh. Fantastic, absolutely beautiful as always. I've had a bit of a mare this morning. I woke up at like 20 to 6 originally, just from obviously naturally waking up at that time, and I felt a bit rubbish, like I felt a bit full of cold. I think I've got like a little bit of hay fever. I keep sneezing and everything like that. I never normally suffer from it, but I just feel a bit like ill but not actually ill. So I slept in until like sort of 7 o'clock. Got up, and then the first thing this morning I realised that I didn't put my chicken mince in the fridge yesterday, so I went through all of that meal prep and then just chucked it away because I asked ChatGPT and he told me basically not to eat it. I think I probably would have gotten away with it, but I just couldn't be bothered to have it and then have food poisoning for the next few days. I thought it wasn't worth the risk. And I've also had a shave as well, so looking quite babyish right now. And also I think that like with my face being shaved, if I had hair, whenever you have like a haircut or whatever. Obviously I don't have hair, but you always look significantly leaner. And when you shave your face, the same sort of thing happens. So I'm certainly liking how my face is looking. That's one of my favorite things about getting leaner, the fact that my face gets much, much slimmer. But anyway, off to the gym. Let's go, let's get the tunes on, and let's go and have a solid upper body session. Hello, so the upper body session is all done and dusted, and I must admit at the moment my gym sessions aren't really the most fun thing in the whole entire world. I'm currently in a position where, as you can see, I am significantly leaner than what I was, I think like 12 to maybe 13 weeks ago when I first started my cut. I will show you what I look like at the very start on the screen here, just to sort of compare. This morning I woke up and I was 81.6 kilos, so 71.6 kilos even. So I'm like 8.4, what am I? Yeah, like 8.4 kilos down from where I was at the very start, and getting like much leaner. I'm getting much veinier. Abs are coming through much more, and my lower back is too. Like I've lost a lot of fat, and I'm still losing a decent amount of fat as well. But at the moment, I'm in a position that food is quite low, carbs are quite low. I'm doing lots of steps, so I've got a decent amount of like fatigue really, and therefore I'm just sort of like allergic to really getting like much of a pump. I feel quite small. I find that like throughout my sessions, I've had to reduce load on sort of most things as I've gone through the process, which I mean is just natural. I've tried my best to maintain lifts as best as I can, but you start to get to a point that you're not able to lift just quite as heavy and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just currently in a position that training isn't the most fun thing in the whole wide world. As I say, food's quite low, and at this moment in time it would be very easy to be like, you know what, I'm relatively happy with how I'm looking, I'm going to call it a day there on the diet. And I think a lot of people do, but over the next say like 3 or 4 weeks, if I continue dieting, of course it's going to be tough, but I'm going to see the most progress as I go through. Like I explained on the very first episode, or maybe like the first couple of episodes of my cut, I was explaining how when you first start losing fat, you'll lose a decent amount of weight and you won't really see that many visual changes from it. But now literally every single like pound and kilo that I lose, I see more veins, like more vascularity, more definition and everything like that. So although it would be very easy to be like, you know what, I'm relatively happy with this, as I say, I need to keep pushing on. I am happy with how I'm looking, but I just feel like quite small, and then training is also quite annoying as well. Good morning, the third good morning of this YouTube vlog. It wasn't intentional. Yesterday I got home after my gym session and I was just working, and then Erin came along and the vlog just sort of went to the side really, because I wasn't really doing anything overly interesting, so I didn't really want to bore you. I'm back outside the gym because I've got legs today, and I have just been to Cancer Research UK to donate some shoes and also a hat as well, because For a bit of a life update, Erin has now moved in to living in Swindon with me and like in my parents' house, because we're basically trying to save as much money as possible so that we can get a mortgage and all that sort of stuff. So with her moving in, it meant that I went through all of my stuff, and last week I donated a ton of stuff to cancer research, and then this week there was just some final bits sort of knocking about, so I went and donated that as well. But yeah, that's what I've been up to this morning, and for the rest of today it's going to be a bit of a chilled out day because Erin has been busy all week with work. She just wants to have a bit of a chilled out day. I also want to have a bit of a chilled out day as well. The FA Cup is on, so I want Liverpool to beat Man City. I want us to beat Southampton, and that's pretty much going to be it. So I'm going to go and smash legs out the best that I can, even though my food is horrendously low at the moment. I'm pretty much allergic to a pump, and the sessions aren't the most enjoyable thing in the whole wide world, but I'm still going to try as hard as I possibly can to smash it out. And yeah, that is this episode done. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Follow me on Instagram by the link in the description. And adios and hasta luego.